Good morning. This is Curtis with 382days.com. And today I want to talk about different views on fasting. So, as I've mentioned many times, I'm involved in actually several different groups on Facebook, all of which have a fasting component to it. In those groups, each and every group has a different philosophy on what is a good way to fast. Most of them that I'm in agree with longer fasts. There's a couple that they actually agree with longer fasts, but want you to have doctor's supervision for anything longer than 7 and or 10 days, and also that we shouldn't talk about any longer fast because it discourages other people. They want to be inclusive. That's fine. It's their group, their rules, no problem. I'll follow any rules that people have. That's great. But like this morning, I was on this group that I have that I'm involved in on Zello. It's like an online walkie-talkie kind of thing, and a lot of people all talk at the same time. We were talking about different ways of fasting and stuff like that. And one of the things a lot of people will do when they're fasting is they'll do like what's called bulletproof coffee, which is basically black coffee with a fat induced, and usually it's either butter with MCT oil or coconut oil and all of that. And so, and from what I'm told, it's actually quite good. And that's fine. You can fast and do that. The good news about that is it's not going to have the insulin effect of any kind of a carb or a protein. So it's going to have the benefits there. You're most likely not going to get into autophagy in that situation, but plenty of people need that. Dr. Jason Fung calls it a crutch, and that's okay. It's up to you on how you fast. You can fast with, some people do bone broth every day, which has some carbs in it. Not much, very, very little actually, but plenty of minerals, and it's very, very healthy for you. In fact, you should drink bone broth every day anyways when you can. Something that not a lot of people do, including myself, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to make. It's just not true. It's tedious to make. It's easy. Anyways, another group that I'm involved in, they believe very much in juice fasts and that kind of stuff, and they're very much into raw foods and all that kind of stuff. And overall, I'm into raw foods. Don't worry, I'm going to cook my steak, but it's going to be rare, so it's kind of a raw food, kind of. To me, that seems like a really high hit on the glycemic load coming out of a fast. It doesn't seem smart to me, but you know what? These people are having success. And so we're all a little bit different. And if it works for you and you're seeing success, there's a guy that actually, he's a moderator on, one of the channels, and he has his own YouTube video, and I watched it yesterday, and he was talking about the fact that that's what he did. He did primarily all vegetables. He went to pretty much a vegan diet, vegan or vegetarian. I'm pretty sure vegan, but don't quote me on that. And he lost over 300 pounds, and he's a marathon runner now, and actually does some ultra marathons. And so, it's totally doable, right? That's not the path I'm going. I'm going straight water and salt, and I recommend salt. Gotten a little bit of a discussion yesterday with the group that the people that actually believe that salt is a poison. I asked for evidence, and they sent me to some web pages, but there were no studies backing up their statements. So I tend to believe Dr. Jason Fung. The doctor who wrote the Salt Fix, I mentioned his name when I talked about that book on the previous episode. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but these sources and plenty of other sources that I've learned that salt is a little more important than we've all been led to believe for a long time. And so it didn't dissuade my point of view. But, again, there's all these different thoughts. There's all these different views on how you should fast. And I don't know that any of them are wrong. Some people do dry fasts where you don't ingest anything at all. I don't want to do that. And two, I was going to say I don't think I could, But I absolutely believe I could. I'm just not going to. Not until I see some real benefit and hear that, with some strong evidence that that's something that's going to take me to another level and really help me out. The fact is, I'm doing really well in this fast. My energy's fantastic. I was listening to a podcast yesterday and they were talking about 2-inch farm raised pork chops. And that was the first hunger pangs that I had had in like 4 days. Yeah, as far as me, I'm doing great. My weight's down. I'm down to 425.3, and so doing really well. Very happy with where I'm at. But just be aware that fasting, there's a lot of different ways to do it. There's several different crutches you can use. Bulletproof coffee, cream in your coffee, bone broth, just a scoop of coconut oil if you want. The fact is, some people fast and they just have 500 calories a day. I personally don't think that one's smart, but some people do it. And you need to make the decision. Do the research on your own and all of that. My belief is the best kind of fast where you get the most results, the best results, is a true water fast. And after 3 days is where autophagy kicks in, really 2 to 3 days is where autophagy kicks in. Your blood sugar drops to a really low level. One of the ladies I talked to on that Zello channel, her morning insulin levels was, I think she said 85 or was it 105? One of the two, but either way, it doesn't matter what the number was specifically. But for her, she had not seen that number in her morning glucose levels in years. And it was because she started fasting and was only planning on doing it for 24 hours. It ended up at 36, and now she's starting day 3. And so she's doing great. And she's seeing the results and is really excited about fasting. Guys, I hope you're enjoying watching my journey. I've had several people watch my videos. I hope you're enjoying them. If you have any suggestions on things you want to hear or things you want to know from me, please let me know down in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.